better rifle shooting can be broke down into 1/3. Rifle, ammunition, shooter's ability. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Come back, we'll see you. I can't show you reloading in this video, but I can show you the things to get you started. Now, things have come a long ways in my lifetime in terms of ammunition, even rifles, the metallurgy on barrels, the mechanics. It is truly a revolution. But if you want to get better at shooting, you got to break your shooting habits down into 1/3. A lot of the YouTube videos I see spend far too much time on barrel quality, rifles, the chambers, the configuration of it, the action of it, bolt action versus semi-auto versus pump versus lever. You know, as far as a hunter is concerned, it's basically pretty simple. You just use what you shoot the best and go with that, and then have the cartridge or the ammunition fit the type of game and the terrain and where you're going to be shooting. I recently did a quick poll on my community deal where I basically asked, you know, what is your shooting condition? Is it timber, heavy timber, or do you shoot from a stand? Do you do spot and stock, or do you do long range shooting where you're, you know, shooting from a prone position or a fixed tripod? And you know, it came out pretty even. So, you know, just shoot what you shoot the best. But I want to focus mostly on kind of leaving out 1/3 of that application as it applies to ammunition. I spent a great deal amount of time on this because in my younger years all I could do was you know, afford commercial ammunition, especially when they came on sale. Listen, I'm old enough to remember when 30-06 150 grain core locks were $7.99 a box. Okay, those times might be long gone, and the core lock bullets worked fine for everything that I shot, that I hit. But I got into reloading simply because I have a lot of rifles, and some of them are kind of testy. As an example, you take this 25-06 Browning BAR. Some of you have seen this in my previous videos. This is a newer rifle. It was made in you know, 2010 or whatever, but the chamber is kind of finicky. Commercial ammunition fits in it fine because commercial ammunition is structured so that it fits all rifles. But after it was fire formed in my rifle and I went to reload, I ran into you know, problems that had to do with the case and the bullet overall length, because it is limited as far as the magazine and the chamber. So once you kind of learn these things, then you can start tailor-making custom ammunition to take care of that 1/3. The rifle, the ammunition, and then shooter's ability. Yes, a rifle that shoots good, ammunition shoots good, is going to make the shooter's ability that much better. So how do you get started in reloading? Folks, do it a little at a time, because it can grow on you, it can be a learning experience, it can be frustrating, it can be as inexpensive or as expensive as you want to go. A lot of the reloading specialists on YouTube that I see, they buy all kinds of special tools, special measurement tools to measure from the ogive, to bump back the shoulder, to really get accurate and precise in their ammunition. I haven't gone that far. You know, basically I test it with a chronograph, with powder, with cases, with primers, and then whatever meets those criteria according to the published book data of the bullet maker, not by what you see of the powder maker. No, I go by the bullet maker because they've got extensive laboratories and test materials to be able to test that bullet so that that bullet will be something that you will buy and have access to and have success with, so that you can go and brag to your friends about how great a bullet is. All right, so let's get into this a little bit. I want to give you an example. I just bought this press off eBay. Now, this is a cast iron press made by Lee. It is their top of the line. If you were to look it up, on Amazon or whatever, you'll find it in the $280 to $290 price point. I bought it $54 on eBay. I already have the aluminum ones, and they work just fine. But this is a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher press. But I don't know if it'll take care of the cases any different than the cheaper ones. So go ahead and start at the beginner level. Now, you can buy kits, but the kits, I think that you're spending quite a bit of money on things that you probably won't use. For example, the old kits, you'll probably get just a regular. You can see all the dust on this. That goes to show how little I use it, which is just a simple scale. It takes a lot of time, by the way, to get the correct powder charge. And then the idea of that is that you go ahead, once you have it, then you have a powder drum or whatever that you dump powder in there and supposedly have a consistent level of powder. It's not consistent. You can be off 1 to 1.5 grains. So I use a cheap digital scale because the scale has a pan that you put powder in, and then whatever that is, say you want 42 grains of powder. Then you take off that scale and then you look at the reading without the pan on it. And it will give you a deviation that you can use to be somewhat precise within 1/10 of a grain or so. Well, again, you can be as precise as you want, or you can be as accurate as you want. There's a difference between precision and accuracy, as I've explained before. A lot of people argue with me that precision is accuracy. No, they're not. Precision has to do with the consistency of your ammo from shot to shot. That no matter what, the same grain weight, the same cases, the same primer, the same powder, all of that kind of stuff is measurable with a chronograph. Accuracy, of course, is your own ability, depending on how you shoot. And sometimes I shoot offhand, and I'll be lucky to have a 6-inch group at 100 yards, and I'm happy to have that. And then when I'm on a stable bench, sometimes you get an occasional flyer. But in this day and age, you should start reloading. And I'll give you a simple reason why. There's an old saying that says, if you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. In this high period of inflation and low expectations of being able to get components, you can still get started. And there is stuff available. The powder, the primers, the brass, and the bullets are coming back somewhat. But you can go to like 20 or 30 provider websites and get on their list to be notified when something comes in stock. Yeah, the price is probably going to be higher, but let's talk about that a little bit. If you're shooting .223 ammo, a 1 pound, 1 pound can is probably going to give you well over 700 rounds. That's a lot. Bullets, .223 bullets for planking or for hunting or whatever your specialty can be as low as 7 cents a piece to 35 cents a piece. So you can kind of tailor that. And of course, cases are reusable. So you can go buy your commercial ammunition, shoot it through your rifle, get it to where you want, and then reuse that. Again, the type of and quality of the brass is up to you. You can go as cheap as you want to as expensive as you want. I will throw in one thing that I absolutely believe that all of you should have, depending on your caliber. This is a chamber checker that measures your case for length and for your shoulder. You simply size it through your sizer and stick it in here. If it goes in nice and loose, there's a part on here, I don't know if you can see the top of that right there, there's a line on it that will tell you if your case needs to be trimmed. But if it pops in there and pops out, you can be reasonably assured that it's going to chamber not only in your rifle, but any rifle. Again, most of my rifles have different chambers than maybe yours do. So I like to customize it a little bit by making sure that, what good is a rifle if the ammo won't load or chamber? All right, so that kind of, without showing you everything that has to do it, I upgraded to an electric case prep design because I got tired of doing it by hand one at a time. This speeds it up immensely. I do save all my brass, but unlike others who may shoot 5 or 6 or 7 times, I choose to have the reliability to cut it off after 4 reloads. Then I chuck it. And, it may take you a long time to shoot 4 reloads. In a box like this of 50 cases, this happens to be brand new brass, but that's going to, 50 times 4 is going to give me 200 shots. I may not shoot this thing 200 shots in a year. So kind of work out the way that is comfortable for you, the easiest way for you. You can get into a press, you can get into the dies, you can get into your components, you can get case prep type situation on the low end for the hand tools, and you can do that for about, I would say every bit of under $300. At least I'm a cheapo, and that's the way I've always worked. Then over time, as you get better, and you want more consistency, and you become more of a student of ballistics, maybe you see something on YouTube, you might see my video or whatever, and you want to try a certain powder or whatever. Okay, that's when it can become more than just a pastime for you. Is that you may be involved in competition where precision is very important, or extreme condition hunting. I said condition, not extreme distances. I still don't believe in long-range shooting for hunting. That's an argument for another time. Anyway, glad to see you again. God bless you all. It was a great day today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you will. I'd appreciate any type of feedback that you can give me on these videos. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.